Hello guys and welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and in today's video I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about the fact that now I am done with the true first part of Star Wars The Rise. If you guys don't know, I put out this little series on my channel that I'm doing called Star Wars The Rise. It is a fan-made book written by me. It is fan-made, it is not official, it is not canon. It's just something that I've kind of always wanted to do. I've always wanted to see them do Star Wars in like a really, really old-fashioned way. What I would love to see them do is like Star Wars 9,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. And that's where my book kind of takes place, 9 or 10,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, give or take a century or two. And what it is it's like medieval times, but for Star Wars. And like, if I actually had the chance to make this into a live action show or movie or a cartoon or anything, of course, I'm not good at animating or anything. This is just I can write. Unfortunately, I'm not like an official writer. I'm not that great of a writer. But it's just something that I had simply put an idea of, and I wanted to create for you guys. But simply put, it's like 9,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. We have medieval times, basically. And we have both a medieval time period and an industrial revolution. Like, of course, there has to be hyperspace jumps and hyperspace ability, but it's like a new technology in my world. You know, hyperspace technology is newer in my story, Star Wars: The Rise, and like we are dealing with old medieval swords. We aren't even dealing with lightsabers. We have kyber crystals on literally katanas. That's what we have here in my book. And yes, I put some pictures in my story, which I don't own any rights to any of the photos that are in my videos. I just put them there to give you guys kind of an idea of what I want certain characters to look like, or what I want certain scenes to look like. But if I could do this, I would do some sort of combination between medieval times and the industrial era of America, where we have an old timely medieval castle, but there in the corner would be a generator. Which needs, I don't know, like steam or oil to generate a light bulb, like stuff like that, like really old timely stuff. It's really old timely Star Wars, and like if I could literally make ships, and maybe I will, maybe I'll put a picture here of an idea that I had, but I would take like old trains and make them into Star Wars ships, like have it really timely and old. That's my whole idea when it comes to Star Wars: The Rise, and I'm really am enjoying that. Really enjoying the fact that so many people are starting to read Star Wars: The Rise. And when it comes to part one was really just the setup. When I was writing the book, and I really noticed that part one, it was all about the setup, you know. Part two is really where my main story would be. So if I actually made this into a show, I would of course do 3 seasons, where part one was only maybe 4 episodes, because all part one really is setup. And then we have part two. Part two is really the main part of the story, and it's a little out there. I mean, I have dragons in Star Wars now. There hasn't been dragons in Star Wars since really there has always been dragons in Star Wars, but they just don't call them dragons. So I like that. That's what I love about Star Wars. It really is a fantasy world, but it's completely different than anything anyone has ever seen. So yeah, and now I have uploaded all 20 chapters of basically the first real part of my story. The first part is just a setup, which is 10 chapters. Part 2 is actually my actual story, and it's about 10 chapters, and I'm really happy with part 2, and if you guys haven't seen it, please go watch it. Again, I am not a writer. Uh, it's just something that I've always wanted to do was make this story, and I am not a writer. So I'm not a writer, but I did write this, and it is a lot of fun. It's really cringy, especially with my voice. Please do me a favor, mute my terrible voice when you read this, and just read it for yourselves, because I really liked the story. I really worked hard on the story of Star Wars The Rise, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. And next year, of course, I will definitely be putting out Star Wars The Rise Part 3, as well as Star Wars The Rise Part 4. There's only 4 parts. Really, again, Part 1 isn't supposed to be Part 1. Part 1 is just the setup. Part 2 is the main story, and then there's Part 3 and Part 4, which are actually Part 2 and Part 3, because there's a beginning, middle, and end to my story, and I cannot wait to get into Part 3. I cannot wait to make those videos. Can't wait to see what your guys' reactions to that is. But of course, if anything that I'm saying in this video sounds really good to you, then please, please, please go and watch Star Wars The Rise, my fan-made book that I've been writing. You got 20 chapters to catch up on. Definitely something to do this winter. Thank you guys for watching, and I am out. Bye. Again, mute my terrible voice and just read the story for yourselves, because I think it's a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.